Hello, hello. Oops. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Okay. It's yes, great. I thought it was because it used to have a volume up and down in my computer. Anyway, you guys can hear me. So today's topic, I continued yesterday's one actually. So after almost 11 years of meditation, 7 or 8 years of teaching of meditation, I started in my clinic, and also around 4 years of online teaching and sharing. Here I draw a conclusion. And recently this becomes clearer and clearer to me is that we are the continuous, undivided or undisturbed, loving presence. This is the truth. I want to share this truth, this experience, realization in this video or in this session. So that's why the topic is the continuous, undisturbed, loving presence. That's the essence of who you are, who I am, and everyone else. Continuous because we never has not been it. We always been is the pure awareness or the pure presence. Undisturbed, meaning you stay conscious as you will. It's your willpower. The consciousness can stay conscious as you will, as It wills. It's a free will. That's a true free will. Undisturbed. Not by the news, not by the internet, not by the YouTuber, even not by this session of YouTube, not by social injustice, not by environmental pollutions, crises, not by anything. And it's our free will to stay conscious, undisturbed. Loving because I love or beloved, the to love is an essence or a taste of humankind. We can feel it, right? And we love to be loved. And once we fall in love, that's a great experience. No matter it's with your partner, with your friend, with your child, with your friend, no matter with who, everyone likes to fall in love. So loving presence, it's a continuous, never interrupted, never interrupted. It's like we are always online. We are always online. I used to drove and pass by a church, and there's a sign nearby the church said like this: God is a free Wi-Fi without password. If you really get access to this free Wi-Fi, God, and you don't need passcode, you're most happiest, happy, wealthy, healthy person in the world. We always online. We are always online. We are never being disconnected. So this is the realization, a final realization. You're always hugged, blessed, loved by God, by a universal mom. That's the moment of security, safety, assurance, faith, relaxation, freedom, calm, peace, happiness, love. Thank you, inside self. Inside itself. Thank you. Thanks for coming. And Mima Flowers, how do you continue to love when no one loves us? No one loves us. We have no family or friends who care. Who care? Oh shoot. So the love I'm talking about is the is very subjective. Of course, if you have someone, some friends, your family members who loves you very much, that's a good. That's good. But the love, the inner love I'm talking about, is that you realize you have always been loved, not by someone. If you have someone loves you, that's good. But this love is like formless love. Example could be the sunlight. Without sunlight, no living beings can live, right? Sunlight shines on planet Earth for more than 4 billion years. Sunlight, at least, is one source of all the lives that gives birth to, insects, plants, vertebrates, mammals, and human beings. So this, if you if you appreciate sunlight, that's kind of you understand a kind of love, and you can apply this to wind, the air, the ocean, planets, plants. Sorry, you feel the love of nature. It's all your subjective understanding. So how you understand determines how you perceive. How you perceive determines how you experience. How you experience determines how you feel. It's all back to the wisdom. You have that total, clear, unbiased understanding of who you are and the nature of cosmos, including this chaotic society, the chaotic world. Your understanding overwhelms the duality world, the dual world. That's the wisdom. That's the Buddha's teaching or final teaching. Online is not the same as the ground, friends. If I fall in love with the clouds, the sky, the birds, the bees. Oh, you fall in love with the clouds, the sky, the birds, and the bees? That's good. So stay beloved in that way as long as you could. So that connection with nature, the love connection with nature, can boost your loving sensation, your loving understanding. You know, once the loving sensation or realization is strong enough, then you can turn to your family, to your friends, to the society. So start from anything that can make you feeling good or better. Initially we need that boost or uh, initiation. Do it more, have that connection more. We need download the love first. We need download the love from Mother Universe or Heavenly Father, or or knowledge or sages teaching, like Thich Nhat Hanh, right? The art of living. That's a love from Thich Nhat Hanh. He shows his life experience in very simple words. Or Buddhas or Jesus download from even Bibles. The love, the energy, um, the confidence, the faith from any teacher or sage you have connection with. you know in my experience, I more have a tendency to fall in love with all the masters, like in Buddhism. Thich Nhat Hanh encouraged me, and I can see love in his words. Again, it's very subjective. You may be different from me. You may fall in love with nature more. I do too. And insight itself has a statement here. Yes, stay conscious of yourself, formless nothingness awareness. It will get easier, and it grows in with love with itself. We are the same one inside, outside, reflecting one another. Yes, we are the currents, bubbles, waves, different bubbles, waves, and currents in the one identical ocean, pure awareness. And in the perspective of total, the ocean, which is total, complete, and perfect. But in the perspective of one current, or one drop, or one wave, it's finite, it's limited. Sometimes it's distorted. So the awakening is to wake up to that totality, uh, infinity, unconditioned love. That's called awakening. Once you awaken to that totality, all your problems will disappear. Naturally, I guarantee you. Because now your understanding is different. You perceive the whole world, the body, the mind differently, in a better way. Then you experience differently in a better way. Then you feel differently in a better way. Again, I just tell you, how you understand determines how you perceive. How you perceive determines how you experience, and how you experience determines how you feel. Actually, this is automatically happens at the same time. But as words, I say first, second, third, and fourth. But actually, it's a synchronicity. It's a spin endlessly. And when you have a better experience and better feeling, it confirms you, reassure you, you are right. Then your righteousness of love, compassion, and wisdom give birth to a better perception, a complete, unbiased perception, then a wholesome experience, then a very good feeling, a great feeling. You feel good, and this is a spin. You feedback and forward feed and back feed. How to say that? Sorry. So it's a loop. You assure you are right. So I will say the whole experience, understanding the whole world is very, very much subjective. And also for anyone who has mental issues, depression, anxiety, sleep disorders, they have a loop too. They have that loop. They perceive they have not in they have that incomplete understanding of who they are, and they have an incomplete or biased perception. Then they have an incomplete stressful experience, and angry feeling, depressed and stressful feeling. So that's a loop too. You see, this is a freedom. Which one you choose? A good one, a bad one, a good one. And all this good and bad are relative teaching. There's something beyond duality, which is you, the pure awareness. You have that continuous, undisturbed, loving presence. And you are that already. You are that already. That Tuam Asi. Again, start from the basic one first. Try to calm down your monkey mind, disturb the mind, calm it down to a certain level that you notice there's gap between each thought. If you cannot see gap between your thoughts, you're not stable. Even that gap is just 1 second. Now you are present and you are not thinking. Do you see the gap between thoughts or any mental activities? The gap between thoughts or any mental activities is the place where you, the pure awareness, emerges. It's so simple. And your mind may doubt, is that simple? Stay as long as you could. I mean, the gap between two thoughts, that state, you are present, but you're not thinking. As long as you could, the gap between longer becomes longer. As fast as you could, in each day, in every day, you have that gaps where you're waiting a queue in the supermarket. You watch, you be present, watch the gaps between the thoughts. Use that 1 minute of mini meditation to be present, no thinking. Or if you do think, it's okay. You just watch your thoughts without attachments, resistance, and judgments. Watch it, purely watch it. The more you practice this way, the more you are comfortable with the true self or the presence, you will get familiar with this presence more and more. It's like you start to make friends with someone, but one time is not enough. You have to talk or have fun with him or her second time, third time, lot of times. The same thing is with you, with the pure awareness. You have to stay conscious, make friends with yourself. Actually, you know, get familiar with this presence, the feeling of being present. Stay as long as you could, as fast as you could, as frequent as you could. And you notice you can never be out of your presence. Your presence is the presence of God. The pure awareness is the presence of God. That's my keyword today. To make you present or aware or conscious is the teamwork of everything else. The whole nature, the whole cosmos is make you conscious. The sunlight, the air, the water, the food, the gravity, the gravitational pull, the electromagnetic field or force, dark energy, dark matter, weak force, strong force. All these scientific words makes you alive, make you conscious. It's a teamwork. It's a wholesome work of everything. It's a product of your biology, physiology, energy, information, and matter. You see, to make you conscious is the infinite love of Mother Universe. Do you follow? The moment you are conscious is the moment you can experience, is the moment you can study, you can learn. No matter what you learned or what you experience is pleasant or unpleasant, we learn. We learn from experience. This is a process of going home. This is the initial design of God. Do you follow? To make you conscious, to understand you are the conscious. To make you understand you are the consciousness. That's the original design of God. Even though once you're conscious, there's a split. There's the original split between consciousness and the contents of consciousness. That's the first split. The subject I and the object everything else other than I. Do you follow? The split between the consciousness or within consciousness is the subject and object. And this split is the origin of the suffering. Because once you have this split between consciousness and the contents of consciousness, subject and object, the observer and the observed, you may very easily identify yourself with the contents of the consciousness, not the consciousness itself. Do you follow? That's the logic why we suffer. So this is also the place of suffering is also the very same place of happiness. Once you can unify that between the subject and object, observed and observer and observed, the consciousness itself and the contents of the consciousness, once you can unite these two, then you are awakened. That's also the origin of happiness, the same place. One is suffering, one is happiness. I wish I could explain it more clearly. Live stream. Do you play billiard? Yes, I play pool. Do you mean the pool? English and American one? Yes, I can remember Thich Nhat Hanh. And yeah, Thich Nhat Hanh lost everything during the Vietnam War. Any sports? Oh, okay. Yeah, I play badminton. I play guitar. So you mean while you're doing something, focus on doing something, there's no thought? No mind? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. When you are focused on something, like especially the thing you like to do. For me, it's badminton, it's the guitar. You have no thought, you have no mind. You just enjoy the moment. Is it a way to describe the gap with adjectives such as solid, heavy, clear, here, now? The gap is your presence. So we can just try. Stop thinking, just be present. You are conscious that you are conscious. The attention is not going out, is not outgoing anymore. It's attentive to itself. Consciousness is conscious of itself. Ouroboros, the dragon who bites its own tail. You are that Ouroboros right now. If you are conscious that you are conscious, In my understanding, that's the meaning of Ouroboros. It's a circle of consciousness. A circle is a complete circle. So for most worldly person, they only draw the half circle. Their attention is always outgoing, looking at the society, job, email, phone calling, a person, the news, a terrible news. Their attention is always outgoing. That's only one half of the consciousness. If you try to awaken, you have to draw the second half consciously. This second half make a circle complete. That's the spin of consciousness. You can look out and look within. Look outwardly and inwardly, outwardly, inwardly, outwardly, inward. Do you know how frequent it can be? Now there's a Planck frequency, 10 to the power of 43. Anyway, you notice your attention can go out, also can draw within. Do it now. Look at me. Look at my image in your computer or cell phone. That's outgoing attention. Now, invite your attention going inwardly. You are aware that you are aware. Are you aware that you're aware? Please answer me. Are you conscious that you're conscious? Please text me. Inside self say yes. So by answering yes, you draw the second half of consciousness inwardly. Now you're still listening to me. Your attention is outgoing. That's the first half of the circle. Now be conscious that you're conscious. You have to draw this second half of the circle. And this second half plus the first half make you complete. Do you follow? I simplified almost 2,500 years Buddha's teaching into one practice. After my 11 years of meditation, 7 years of teaching meditation in clinic, and 4 years sharing meditation online, this is the most simplified version of technique to wake you up. That's the best thing I can offer to you now. If you say, answer me yes, you are conscious that you are conscious. You are join the second half of this consciousness and make it complete. This completeness is, if you put two, like zero, right? Zero is a circle. You can imagine this is a circle of information, energy, and matter. This circle, if we put two circles together, that's a sign of infinity. Actually, Infinity means you are infinite. Okay, I'm talking about you. It really means you are infinite now. So even a zero is infinite, like the circulation of the consciousness. You make yourself complete and infinite consciously. The more you do this, the second half a circle, I'm conscious that I'm conscious that I'm conscious. Okay, this is second half of the circle. The more you draw this, the more you feel your consciousness. I mean, you are consciousness already, but our mind is always going outward, right? The mind wants to do something, to make a phone call, to email someone, to to learn a piano, to hike in the nature. We always, our attention is always outgoing. We have drawn this half circle thousands, millions, billions of times, but now you just draw one line or one time. This second half, this part is very strong. This part is very weak. If we want to awaken to your infinity, to your unconditioned love, to your wisdom, acceptance, clarity, you have to draw this second half more and more, make it as strong as the first half. That's the part of awakening. The more you draw this second half, you are conscious that you're conscious, it will become stronger. Oh, I'm the consciousness. Yes, you're right. This dog, this guy, this normally looking guy, he's telling me the truth because I received the teaching of truth from Buddha. Now I want to share it with you too. Very simple. It's a relay. It's a relay of the light of consciousness. And consciousness likes to do so. It's like light. The essence of light is to shine. Okay, right? Otherwise, it's not a light. The, uh, Thank you, Luis. Great stream. Thank you. And live stream here and now, this moment. Yes, here and now, I have to put the uppercase HERE and capital NOW. So it's the greatest here and now. This moment, now, yes, the eternal now. And the here, I am here. I am. To describe I-am-ness is here and now. Okay, it's the simplest way to describe I-am-ness. I'm here, I'm now. I'm at this moment. Yes. I can see through the objects that manifesting in my field of awareness. I can see my body, my mind, my feelings, my perception, and the whole world. And by seeing through, the consciousness is returning, is home. You see, that's a wisdom, that's insight. So no matter where you are, what you're doing, which place or city you stay, you always have that sense of totality, sense of presence, being present, being here and now. Here and now, if you, the uppercase here and now is not localized, it's not localized. It includes localized local experience, like my wall, my computer, my body, my room. It's a localized experience, but my insight can transcend this local experience. Does that make sense for you? So you are experiencing a local experience, but your heart is open, is infinite big. It's like you are ocean and wave at the same time. You see, back to that Rumi's quote, you are not the drop in the ocean, your entire ocean in one drop. It's like you are the Brahman and Atman at the same time. You are the wave and the particle at the same time. You are in the world, but you notice you are not of this world at the same time. So it's like one of your feet is in heaven, and another feet is in the world. You are balanced. You're balanced now, a total balance actually. You are the ocean playing in a form of current, a drop, or wave. That's all. Everything becomes playful, joyful, in terms of relationship, in terms of a day of working, in terms of make money, in terms of a business with your partner. Everything becomes joyful and fun, you know. And thank you, live stream. And Inside said, yes, just be present, looking at you inside myself, how most our lives, we miss it. Yeah. So I'm fundamentally or ultimately, I'm talking to myself. But I have this form and body and mind. I talk to my computer, and through the internet, we are connected. And at your side is a form, name, and body, and a different perspective of world, your room, your environment. So we are using like our own projections. So my image in your computer is one projection or on your screen of consciousness. So I'm talking to you through this eternal image from your side, but actually we are connected at the same pure field of consciousness. The consciousness is ultimately playing with itself. And consciousness likes to play in this way, because we don't lose ourselves while I'm talking to you. I don't lose myself while I'm talking to you. And your form, your mind, your understanding of the world is the infinite manifestation of one identical pure consciousness. That's the beauty of the truth. It's not dead. It's not one style. It contains infinite styles. Make sense? Einstein's brain, Beethoven's brain or mindset, even Hitler's mindset are all different manifestations of one pure consciousness. How beautiful it is when you realize it. And also including your family, including your friends, including the one you dislike or hate. You are hating the body and mind. You won't hate his ultimate true self, because his or her ultimate true self is same, is identical of with yours. We are in the oneness, the ocean of oneness, non-duality. So your hate of that body, that mind, that person won't last long. That's where your, how to say, negativity disappear. You don't need medication to make you stay out of depression or stress or anxiety or hatred. Once you realize you're one with everything, that's how to say, urge, that life force will grow in you and break every shackles on your body and mind. That's how powerful this self-realization is. That's why I say awakening is the highest healing. No one, nothing can stop you right now to heal yourself once you have that taste of the true self. Wow, it's so yummy. It's so delicious. It's so powerful. It's so magnificent. You know? That's why sudden enlightenment is so important. The door locking on the knock on heaven's door. Who is locking on heaven's door? You. You have to, how to say, consciously, proactively seek for the truth. You lock on the door of heaven. It's not Saint Peter who opened the door for you. You open the door from inside. You understand every sage's teaching if you really reach here. Buddhism, Hinduism, Confucianism, Christian, you will understand every sage's teaching, or every religion even. Because this is the ultimate realization. This is Rome. Each road leads to Rome. Only when you arrive at Rome, you see the different religion, different Buddhism, of different lineage, different religion, different teaching, all leads to this ultimate understanding, oneness, the truth. And truth never dies, never dies. 2,500 years ago, it was there inside of Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha. 2,000 years ago, it was in the heart of Jesus. And around same time of 2,000 years ago, it was in the heart of Confucius or Lao Tzu, the author of Tao Te Ching. They all recognize this undying or undivided, everlasting truth, undivided totality. They realize it. They write in the Bible, in the Buddha Sutra, in the Confucius scripture, in the Tao Te Ching. He write them down to invite us to read it later. And I read it, the Buddha's teaching in sutras. Wow. The most valuable treasures is the words of truth. And by using external words of truth, you recognize you are that truth too. The words of pointing to the moon, are the signs or pointers inviting every one of us to find or recognize that ultimate truth in our heart. And we are We are it already. But very interesting is or funny is that we forgot it. We forget we are that ultimate truth. Because again, we back to that the first split of consciousness between consciousness and let me rephrase. The first split within consciousness is the split of object and subject, subject and object, the observer and the observed, the experiencer and the experienced. Make sense? That's the first split. Everything and I and everything other than I, or every people other than I. Make sense? This is the first split within consciousness itself. So that's the origin of suffering. Also, if we can unite, you see the play of the consciousness. You can unite the subject and the object, the observer and the observed, the experiencer and the experienced. If you can unite these both two, this is a region of happiness. This is the moment of awakening. I wish I could explain it more clearly. That's why I ask you to draw the second half of the consciousness, the second half circle of consciousness. By drawing this second half of consciousness, I'm conscious that I'm conscious. You are confirming you are reassuring yourself. You're doing the exercise, you're doing the meditation. This is the highest meditation. You remember who you are. You try to unite the subject and object by joining this second half of consciousness. Make sense? Okay. Have some little bit practice. So, are you conscious? For sure, you should say yes. I'm conscious. So my second question is: are you conscious that you're conscious? And stay there. So have this kind of practice, simple and easy practice, as long, as often, as fast as you could. And then Naz said, for me in the morning, it is so hard to be conscious. Is this normal? Yes, it is very normal because maybe we stay out of consciousness. We apparently stay out of consciousness. We get used to that pattern of thinking or state of mind or state of consciousness for many, many years. So it's hard to correct it just one time. So we have to practice, make a commitment, make commitment and do it every day, 5 minutes a day. Maybe just start from 5 or 10 minutes. I suffered a lot when I woke up. Do you suggest something to make my morning easier? Meditate. Let go. or listen to some YouTube channels like this that give you power, give you faith, give you, supply you, mental or spiritual food, and you realize it's yummy. I read books, I read sutras. I was empowered. I was charged. I was nourished. I felt good. That's how I, you know, how to say. It's one part of practice. Like Mother Teresa was encouraged whole generation, right? His her deeds, her action, her words encouraged the whole generation. So you can find your way that to give you faith, confidence, stability, give you strength. Stay out of that old pattern, unhappiness or depression or any anxiety. You can even go nature, right? Just have a hike in the on the trail. You'll refresh yourself instantly. Nature has that power. I'm sorry, I have to go. I have to work at 2. I have to enter the world again, Anyway, one of my feet is in the world, one of my feet is not in the world. Okay, you can do the same. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. Yes, 8 a.m. Vancouver time. Tomorrow, Saturday, 8 a.m. Vancouver time. Thank you. Live stream here now. And also, who is Inside Self, Mima Flowers. Thank you, guys. Thank you, beautiful soul, beautiful spirit, and the Naz. Thank you.